Marriage, to be or not to be? That is the question. Marriage has been a part of human culture for thousands of years, and its history is as diverse and rich as the cultures that practice it. In its earliest forms, marriage was primarily a matter of property, a union between families to transfer assets and solidify political alliances. In ancient civilizations like the Egyptians and Greeks, marriages were typically arranged by the families of the bride and groom. The primary motivation was to establish a union between two families rather than a union between two individuals. The bride often had little say in the matter and was expected to obey her husband and perform her duties as a wife and mother. The groom, on the other hand, was expected to provide for his wife and children and maintain the family's status and reputation. In ancient China, marriage was considered a crucial aspect of social and family life. Women were expected to be obedient and submissive to their husbands, and the practice of foot binding was considered a symbol of beauty and an indication of a woman's eligibility for marriage. Despite the strict gender roles and expectations, marriages in ancient China were also characterized by deep affection and love between partners. In medieval Europe, the Catholic Church played a major role in regulating marriage. The Church performed marriage ceremonies and kept records of marriages. They also established the concept of holy matrimony, a union sanctified by God. In this era, marriage was still primarily an arrangement between families, but it was also considered a sacrament, a sacred bond between two individuals. The Church also laid down strict laws and regulations regarding marriage, such as the requirement for a dowry and the prohibition of divorce. With the Renaissance, a new wave of thought emerged that emphasized individualism and personal freedom. This newfound emphasis on individualism also had a profound impact on the concept of marriage. The idea of romantic love as a basis for marriage gained popularity, and people began to marry for personal fulfillment rather than for political or economic reasons. The Renaissance also saw the rise of the courtly love tradition, where marriage was considered a union of the heart rather than just a matter of property and practicality. The Enlightenment brought about even more changes to the institution of marriage. The new ideology placed individual rights and personal autonomy at the forefront and challenged the traditional patriarchal structures that had governed marriages for centuries. The idea of marriage as a contract between two equal individuals rather than just between two families gained popularity. The new view of marriage was a precursor to the modern concept of marriage as a partnership between two individuals, based on mutual love, respect, and support. Over the course of the 20th century, the women's rights movement and the fight for LGBTQ rights brought about further changes to the institution of marriage. Women began to demand equal rights and protections within marriage, and laws were enacted to protect women's rights and ensure equality within the institution. The fight for LGBTQ rights also had a strong and significant impact on marriage, with many countries legalizing same-sex marriage and recognizing it as a legal union between two individuals, regardless of gender. Today, marriage is a diverse and multifaceted institution that is celebrated in a multitude of ways across cultures and countries. While the legal and cultural definitions of marriage have evolved over time, the basic principles of love, commitment, and partnership remain at its core. From traditional religious ceremonies to contemporary personalized celebrations, marriage continues to be an important rite of passage and a cornerstone of human society. Alright everyone, so that is the history of marriage in a nutshell. Of course, there's a lot more to cover, but I try to keep these videos short. But if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. And if you have an idea of something you want me to cover, leave it in a comment down below. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe for more history. Bye now.